Recording. Hello and welcome to the Spotlight Academy Insights series, where we connect you with the faculty and we give you a closer look at how they coach and what they can do for you in your career as an aspiring actor. I'm Christopher Bennett. I am a longtime friend of the Spotlight Academy, and I have the great fortune of being able to sit down and talk to some of these incredible coaches and give you an opportunity to get to know them a little better. And today I'm talking to Leslie Pops DeSchutter, the one and only. How are you, Leslie?
It's a mouthful. I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for making some time to talk to us. Now, you were born and raised here in BC, but you called Nanaimo. You're an island girl, correct?
Well, I was born and raised in Vancouver. I've been living on the island for about 7 years, so I feel like an island girl now.
Good for you. And you've performed on stages all across Canada, Leslie. You've appeared in a lot of different film and TV projects. You've been on Supernatural. I love that show. One of my favorite shows, and my wife and I loved it, was HBO's Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. You did The Haunting Hour, John Doe, opposite Dominic Purcell,
Right.
and of course, Police Academy, the series, so good. And you've acted off camera as an audition reader for some of Vancouver's top casting directors too. You did the Wild Rose Independent Film Festival, and you got a Best Actress Award for the leading role you did there in the short film you did on Spank, correct?
That's right. That's right. It's
Wow,
been
good.
quite a career.
Yeah, that's really impressive. And no surprise, of course, you've trained with some of the top instructors yourself, so you're no stranger to the art of coaching and how it works. You've worked with Michael David Sims, Linda Darlow, of course, John Cassini over at Railtown, one of the masters, as well as the acclaimed acting coach Larry Moss and the late Joe Polisi from the Los Angeles actor space, right?
Yes. Yeah. Joe was
So
amazing. Yeah.
that's an incredibly eclectic background. Tell me how have those experiences with some of those incredible coaches shaped your experience that you create for your students?
Oh gosh. I've been so fortunate. I have, worked with the best of the best in Vancouver. I've traveled to New York. I've been in Los Angeles. I really feel fortunate to have crossed paths with, people like you mentioned, with Michael Sims, with Larry Moss, who is so acclaimed. I mean, people who have, many Oscar winners work with Larry Moss. And so I just feel so fortunate to have connected with these people and to have learned from them. And the art of acting is it's almost like a reflection of your life. It's never ending. The growth, the personal growth as a human, the personal growth of an artist, it's never ending. So it's always an examination. We're always looking at ourselves and taking things to the next level.
Do you find that when you're working now in a post-COVID world, especially, we were
Mm.
talking earlier about the impact of virtual relationships, of coaching, of teaching. Has it made a difference in terms of what your students are able to do or what they think they can do? Talk to me about being a coach in the post-COVID world. How has that shaped what you do now?
Well, here's what I'd say to actors. More than ever, there's no excuse. You can't say, I couldn't make it to class. You can't say, well, I didn't have time to brush up on my skills, because everything is so accessible to us now. Everything.
Yeah.
So you can take online classes. The internet at our fingertips has just got a wealth of information. There's no shortage of knowledge out there. So, if you're somebody who's passionate about being an actor and maybe you just can't, for whatever reason, get yourself into a physical class, you can be reading plays, you can be doing script analysis at home, you can, watch videos of actors that you love and watch actors doing interviews and talking about their craft. I mean, there's so much available to us in these libraries that we have, our computers, that COVID really showed us that there's no excuse to keep working.
Leslie, what's it like being in a class with you? What's an actor going to experience when they have the opportunity to work with you, maybe for the first time? Whether they're an experienced actor or brand new, what's your approach, and what will they feel?
Well, I think what people will really get, and what I've been told by the actors that I work with, is I have a love for the craft. I really do. I love the art of acting. And so when people come into my class, it's really what we're exploring. We're talking about the craft. We're talking about how to work as an actor. So we do a lot of exercises. We do, we do the foundational work of script analysis. We talk about character, we talk about place, we talk about relationship, we talk about circumstance. We're having those conversations. And then what I really do is I give permission for actors to go through the rehearsal process. We will do exercises, and we will really work on a scene and allow actors to practice preparing to be an actor. Because very often, if you're fortunate enough to work in film and television, you show up on a film set, there's no practice, there's no rehearsal. You might get a quick camera blocking,
Right.
but then you're pretty much on your own. Now, if you're working in theater, it's a very different experience, because theater is, where actors can really practice the art of acting. Film and television, you got to do your camera blocking. There's a million other moving pieces. So the actor has to show up fully prepared. So how do you do that? How do you get prepared? How do you work on your craft? How do you show up and you're ready to go? That's what we do in my class. That's what we practice in my class.
How critical and maybe almost obvious, and yet I think that's really overlooked in a lot of the postgraduate instruction that's out there. I think there's some really important elements to it that you mentioned. You've had the benefit of being a pupil yourself. You know, are good actors made, or are they born? Is it a combination of both? Where do you stand on that age old debate? And how do you approach it when somebody is brand new and they don't necessarily think they're ready yet? Is it a decision an actor makes that they think they're ready to get out there and try to take on commercials or theater or film and TV work? Or as a teacher, do you sort of help them make that decision from a more objective point of view?
Oh gosh, it's an interesting topic. I mean, uh, so you can have natural talent, and we can find all sorts of like naturally gifted people, and some people who just may, naturally get it, whatever it is, get it a little quicker. But here's what I'll say, and I will, lean on what one of my mentors, Michael David Sims, always says is how good you get at being an actor, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know, you can be like, we look at athletes, right? You might have some skills on the basketball court, or, some skills on the field, but unless you're out there practicing and consciously working on that every day, you're only going to get so far. So it's no different with the art of acting. You got to put in the time, you got to put in the hours, you got to show up and keep practicing. And that's one of the things about COVID, like
Yeah.
actors have no excuse anymore, because you can be practicing monologues at home. If you don't have a scene partner, you can always do a monologue.
Well,
So
you're absolutely right, and I think there's never been a better time with 3 billion of these in everyone's pocket now. There's a screen there where, as actors, they can not only do the learning, but they can do the homework. There's so much to watch and study. What an exciting time to be an actor, right? Do you give them a lot of take home stuff? Will they feel, what will an actor feel like after every class or after every, curriculum course that they've completed with you? What's the goal you're working with each of them?
well, I hope they come away inspired, and I hope they come away knowing and trusting their innate instincts. We work on that a lot. So in my class, like I said, we do a lot of rehearsal, we do a lot of prep work. But at the end of the day, as an actor, you need to trust yourself. You need to lean on that wisdom and that those innate instincts that only you have. I mean, each of us have them, but yours are unique. And that's what makes you special as an actor. Your point of view, your emotions, what you bring to the party, that's really what will set you apart as an actor. So when people walk away from my class, I hope they have some confidence in themselves, knowing and trusting that what's inside of them is right on, perfect, and we're going to
Well
use it.
said. Well
Yeah.
said. I really, really appreciate that so much. Leslie, you're so much fun to talk to, and I'm really encouraging every actor out there to reach out and try to get some time with you. I think they would come away feeling incredibly confident and much more capable as actors. You get such great feedback from all the actors who've worked with you through Spotlight. Any final notes before we wrap up here? Anything you wanted to say to those actors out there thinking about maybe they want to do it? They're not sure yet. What would you like them to know?
Oh gosh, if acting is calling you, if it's something that's in your heart, if it's something that's in your soul that's calling you, do yourself a favor, check it off the bucket list. Look, you don't have to become a movie star. You don't have to become a lead in a television series. You don't even have to work professionally. There is so much magic in exploring the craft. I think it's good for your self-confidence. It's good for your emotional life. I think it's good for your mental health. Like come and check out a class and play with us. It's such a good time.
Oh, well said. Well, thank you so much for your time. Leslie Hops DeSchutter, one of the incredible faculty at Spotlight and an incredible teacher in her own right. I'm wishing you all the best this year and to all your students, and thanks for making the time today.
My pleasure. Thank you so
We'll
much.
see you soon.
Bye.